morning, friends. My name is Ed Rodrigues. I'm the CEO of Swapy Network, and we have a dream that is to universalize the access to credit. This dream started out of a failed dream. That was my dream of doing an MBA here in the US, and I couldn't accomplish it because of my access to credit, you know. So we are very passionate about solving this problem. And everything, my luck changed when I met Tim Draper and studied at Draper University. And after the program, yeah, we have alumnus here as well. After the program, we raised a little money from Tim himself and incorporated here in the US. So Tim Draper is our earliest investor and our greatest supporter. We love him. Thank you, Tim, if you're watching this. And we also have as advisor Don Tapscott, who is very kind, and he talks about us in his lecture. So we are very grateful for Don as well. Thank you, Don. And we made a pilot in Brazil, lending for individuals, right? So I would like to introduce you to Arthur. His dream was to get married, and for that, he needed a loan. But the average loan in Brazil is 145% interest, and it can go as high as 400%. So it's a big problem. That's why we created Meu Crédito app, which lent to people like Arthur. But we soon discovered that the biggest problems with credit, with lending, are the cost of funding, because in order to raise money from Brazilian investors, we had to pay a 25% interest, so very high cost of funding, and also the lack of information on the clients. So we couldn't make good lending decisions. So we decided to pivot and focus on solving these two problems, the cost of funding and the high interest rate. That's what Swapy Network is doing. We use smart contracts in the Ethereum blockchain, and we are about to do an ICO to launch the Swapy token. And the Swapy token can be used as collateral when a credit company is requesting a loan from international investors. And from countries like Japan, where they have a negative interest rate, the credit companies can actually raise money from 5 to 8% interest. That is 1/3 of the cost that they usually have. So this is how the Swapy exchange works. So on the client side, we are also developing the Swapy Financial ID. That is a mobile app in which the clients can concentrate their financial information, like bank statements, previous credit history, and also their tax returns. So in order to access this information, the credit companies will have to pay the individuals. So instead of companies like Equifax making money out of our information, we'll be able to reap the value of it. And that's a fundamental change. So the Swapy token can also be used to pay for people's information and used as collateral when the individual is requesting a loan. And that reduces the cost of interest for the individuals. This is a small history of Swapy Network. We were finalists of the consensus competition in 2017. We were finalists as well at the Singularity University Ventures. We raised $500,000 in a pre-ICO early this year. And we are about to start our ICO on March 1st. We are raising $30 million, to which we already have $24 million in commits from syndicates and funds all over the world. So this is a little bit about the ICO economics. We are going to pre-mine 100 million Swapy tokens. 50% of it will be distributed in the ICO, and we are using 52% of the proceeds on developing the network over 5 years. This is a little bit about our team. I'm the CEO. I studied business. I worked at Google, and I studied also at Draper University, which is the place that changed my life. Tulio Braga, he's our CTO. He has a master's in computer science. He's very knowledgeable and very passionate about the blockchain. Plinio Braga is the chief designer. He created all all the creative elements of our Swapy network. And we are the co-founders. We also have Bruna Fiore as our COO, Bruno Neves as the CFO, and 3 amazing Solidity developers. After the ICO, we are growing the team from 8 people to 30 people, all working from Brazil. So I invite you to go into our website, swapy.network, and try our public alpha, which you can access it and have a glimpse of how Swapy network will work, right? So this is our website, our email. I invite you to join our Telegram and come dream with us. We are going to universalize the access to credit. Thank you.
We do have a couple of minutes for questions if there are any. Yep.
You're raising $30 million in the ICO?
Yes.
And how much have you raised so far?
$940,000 in total since inception.
And that's how much that is from Draper University people and Draper.
So 100,000 from Team Draper's fund, Draper Associates.
Then how did you come up with the 30 million number?
That's what we need to finance the project over 5 years, plus to have a little bit to invest in other companies who develop on top of our protocol, you know.
Okay. Is there, I'm not sure I saw the blockchain infrastructure behind it.
Okay.
Is it the tokenization of the platform, or is there more tracking the loans with blockchain, or what's going on there?
Well, we are using the smart contracts in the Ethereum blockchain, you know, and this creates the trust and the automation and the liquidity for the investors. So that's the blockchain element that we use in the Swapy exchange part.
And you're running it on the Ethereum blockchain?
Correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, thank you so much.